the neurotypical world does need to be made more aware of additional needs, not just with wanted to, well, no, but wanted to also stereotyped, because people hear the word learning disability and they immediately think on the lines of needing to be one-to-one managed, rather than actually meeting the person and making their own assessment. They just immediately jump to that stereotype. In the past, I've been wanting to do work experiences at places, and it's what's happened is that my work experience guidance at the council at the time was phoning around at places I wanted to go to, and she usually said they would say, "Oh yeah, we're happy to have her," but as soon as they said, "Oh, she has got some additional learning needs," it says, "Oh no, sorry, can't do it." So they would immediately flip the switch from happy to have, rather than to not wanting to do it at all. And as well as having the hopes up and dashed, it's kind of hurtful as well. Yeah, since joining Advance, I have felt definitely heard, and I felt understood in a way that I can say and express things in my own way, rather than trying to say it in ways that I think people will be able to understand, because you guys work and support people like me, and I just feel really valued, definitely valued, and I feel like I don't need to worry about anything happening down the line when my parents aren't around to help anymore. Definitely feel like that, yeah. Before I had Advance, I've lived in supported living in the flats in Loughborough that had staff on site, and they would be on a staff rota. But when staff weren't there, because they'll be there 7 till 7, basically. Then they would have staff there till 10. Then after 10, that's it, we're on our own. And being in Loughborough, and it's a town, Loughborough's a busy town at the best of times, slowest of times, and we didn't really feel very secure. It eventually led to me moving back home with my parents for a time, but then when I recovered from that, and then I eventually moved into a rented accommodation, which I loved staying in for a few years. But eventually I had to move from there because I was struggling to cope with having a small house, because I wasn't able to go outside. And my neighbour next door was a heavy smoker, and she'd be out there all the time smoking, and I don't like the smell of cigarette smoke too much. So I was inside all the time, which then led to me then moving back home again, because Mary found me a proper house, which is where I am now, which is where I then met Advance, and I've lived here now for over a year and I'm loving it. Yeah, I love knowing that I can contact Advance. I have met Jackie. I speak to Jackie quite often through the Zoom chats that we do, the collective. And we have had a couple of in-person meetings, and I just love being part of a community to get the world aware of what we're about. Because I work for I did my internship in gardening at a company called WHM, and they help and support. They support and teach people with additional needs to get into the world of work, as well as supporting them in doing support for them as well. And I have now been at my job over at 6 Acres in Costock for the past, it's nearly 6 years now. It's nearly 5 or 6 years, and I'm loving it all the time. I'm learning every day, and I'm able to be an example to me, to the workmates, as to what they can achieve if they just keep working at. Because they can't believe the time I used to be a workmate, but now I'm a member of staff.